I'm here at Mirror Lake, and there's two geese out here. They're guarding two groups of goslings. The goslings were nicely sleeping. But the adults were wide awake, guarding them. I think they can hear my voice. I'm a pretty good distance away from them, but apparently they can hear me. First graders are coming out in about a half an hour, and I'm sure the geese will hear them. Mirror Lake here has a new stone wall. And nice smooth area around it. Some entryways, but it's pretty much the same size beach that used to be, just a different wall. I'm at a little different distance. Oh, these goslings are still sleeping. The adults are awake. These guys are awake. Just staying close by each other though. Closely watched by Mom or Dad there. I don't know if you can see them, but there are baby tadpoles down there. And I've been concerned that I haven't heard the toad tadpoles trilling. And I thought maybe something was wrong. But now I do see them in the shallows here. The tiny tadpoles, they look like they're maybe, just a few days hatched out of the eggs. So I feel a little better that it's still happening here. The toad migration in mid-May. Oh yeah, they're all around here now. Great.
So he loves nature hikes, and if you see something cool, you gotta let him know. Sometimes, so we'll stay in a line, but sometimes we'll grape up. What do you think that means?
Oh, right there. Dragonfly.
What do you think? Are you guys listening? Cool. You can kind of investigate a dragonfly more. See stuff like that up close. So sometimes I'll say grape up. So what do you think that means? What do grapes do? Yeah, kind of bunch up. Just because, we might be looking at something on the ground or something like that. But
oh, they are stepping sprightly, very energetically.
I saw you on my grandpa's walking.
Yeah?
here, what does that mean?
That means you have to cross something. The towards something.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's many paths. Mm-hmm.
No, so we gotta think where should we go?
Yeah, we gotta think which way we should go so we don't get lost, right?
Yeah.
And we know we're on a kind of a schedule, so we gotta take about 1 hour. So we don't wanna go too far, right? Because then it would be, all day. We can't be out there all day. So we're gonna take a little vote, but I'm gonna eliminate one choice. I'm gonna eliminate that choice because there, and if you wanna go the left way, stand right there.
Right here.
She gave him the choice.
Okay. That's okay. Go start this way. Okay, but that's okay. That's okay because So let's bunch up again. Just a second. Okay. So it's kind of a trick question because this is the same trail. Okay. So we are here by this red spot. Okay. So when I said, hey, pick which way, this way and this way, they're both part of the Newport Trail. So we're gonna make sort of a funky triangle shape today. Okay. It's like, it's not a perfect triangle, but it has kind of 3 sides. Okay. So, shall we get started? Yeah. So other kids can see it. We'll see if we can see more, because there might be more of this in the forest.
Mirabella, you just went in first.
We're gonna stay on the trail today. Why do we want to stay on the trail?
Mirabella, you.
So we don't get lost.
Boys, we are not moving yet. We are up here.
So we don't get lost. What's another one? Yeah, there's danger out there. We don't want to get hurt. We will when we walk. Okay. Yeah, when we're walking out. So, yeah, there's danger. There's things like animals or animal homes in the woods.
Boys and girls.
Let's group up over here, okay? We're gonna have listening ears right now, okay? Okay. Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. So there's a lot of people who help make the park nice. I don't know if you saw them before. There's rangers and workers, and they help make the paths nice. And they're doing construction to make the beach nice, things like that. These signs were put by a group called Friends of Mirror Lake. And that's a group of volunteers who really like the park and want to help. So they've done things like put signs up. They put signs up. They also do nighttime hikes. So sometimes you could come here with your family and they have big torches up and you can do a cool loop in the dark. And yeah, they also do things like help pick invasive species. Does anyone know what that means?
I'm making them smile.
What does invasive species mean? What do you think? And we'll come out and help pick some of the garlic mustard or something like that so it stops spreading so much. But yeah, these are things you can do even when you're an adult to help the park. We're not going to read all the signs today, but these are cool things that you can see if you come here on your own. This sign talks about dead trees. And if you look through the forest, you can see all types of trees. Little baby trees, big trees that help make funky with the tree. It's kind of got a big ball on it, right? Yeah. So if we look through the forest, oh, I see another one. And if you look through the forest, you'll see a lot of these. Because, well, what happens after that? You bleed, and then what happens?
You did an alley.
Yep, yeah. So what's that called?
Whatever. A cut.
A cut? But what does your body do to heal? It tries to make a...
To help What? A scab.
A scab, yeah. So this is kind of like a tree scab. So the tree wants to heal. It tries to heal itself, so it starts growing over that. But that's what it's doing. And it could happen because maybe it got injured, or maybe a bunch of bugs were trying to live in there, and then it tries to heal. Something like that. So we're going to see a lot of that. And you might want to let that be too, because it's very pokey. See? It can really get you, and it kind of makes slivers.
And there's a spider on it.
Yeah.
I see it. Where is
That's
it?
a pretty cool web.
I see it.
Yeah, that might be that spider's web, right?
Oh.
Just wait.
I see a butterfly egg.
Do you? Oh, look at a little.
In the corner of the barn. There's a spider web. And there's a sleep down.
This group is running to the signs. The signs are new. I haven't seen these before. They're very nice, though.
Eyes and ears.
Oh, very good. So this is the last sign we're gonna see. So we're not gonna do too much running for a while, okay? Just so you know, we're gonna now we're gonna hike. But what did we see? We saw this sign about turkeys. We saw a sign about mallards.
We saw a sign with animals.
Yeah, it was, one was talking about migratory birds. So that goes, birds that travel really far. They even travel, thousands of miles, tens of thousands of miles throughout the year. Like if it's warm or cold, they'll move. And so you can learn a lot from these signs. Oh, and look we have more hikers. So let's get a little bit to the side here so that way they can pass by. Okay? Yeah, let's scooch over here. That's part of being at the park. We gotta be respectful of the other guys. So bunch up a little bit. So, do you think I'm not gonna put hands right now. So do you think all the animals in the park go on this trail?
Yes. No.
Well, they might go on this trail, but do you think they walk the path? Do you think they look at the signs and say, I'm on Newport Trail?
No.
Maybe not, right? Some of them might follow the trail because it's a little easier to go, but a lot of them might follow their own paths. So something we should keep an eye out for.
My hands are to myself.
Well, deer trails too. We should keep an eye out for deer trails because we might see all kinds of animal clues.
Oh, we can see like holes. Like they can.
Maybe. But we might not see that today. But we might see some deer trails because they don't follow the same trails we do, right? So with the rest of our hike, let's keep an eye out for where you think an animal trail might be. We're gonna see other clues too, but okay? Do a funky triangle. Okay, so we did one side, and we're gonna continue on Newport Trail that way. But before we do that, we're gonna go on Northwest Trail for a little bit, just to see something really special, okay? So try to be
Athena, over here.
We'll scare the mallards away. Do you see the mallards out there?
Yeah.
Very cool. So this is the end. This is the beginning of Mirror Lake.
Oh, that's a dragon. Whoa!
Yep, there's a bunch of dragonflies here. A lot of water creatures. If you look close at the mallards, you can see some of them dive their head in and they're looking for food. The ones with the green heads are the boys.
I see your black heads.
Yeah. So there's a culvert here, so that way this path doesn't wash away. So if you look close over, the skunk cabbage has gotten so big, you can't totally see it, but the water is running into the lake right here. So it collects over, and some people like the smell, and some people don't really like it.
Ew. Wait. Smells like a balloon. Let me try. It smells like balloon. I want to smell it.
I kind of like it, but some people really don't like it.
It smells like a balloon.
I like it. Yeah, it smells like a balloon.
It does, yeah, actually it really does. It kind of smells, when it's smaller.
It's not massive poison.
Oh, did you? When it's smaller, it smells different than when it's bigger. Who wants to smell the skunk cabbage?
Right, that way.
Here comes another hiker. Move over to the side.
Now, hiker friend, let's move to the side. Pop up in spring. And the energy underground, and that pushes it out, and that is so powerful that it melts the snow around it. It can. And it's also one of the first things bugs decide to live in for spring, because it's cozy, Yeah. So, pretty interesting. Well, shall we get back on our triangle? Snacks along the way. Because he doesn't really understand lunchtime and things yet. We're working on it, but he doesn't really understand that yet. You learn how to be patient and things like that. So we're practicing. Okay, let's bunch up over here because there's another important plant to know what it looks like.
Poison ivy.
Well, we talked about poison ivy, but now we're going to talk about stinging nettles. Okay? So don't come too close, but this plant here is called stinging nettles. And it's tall like this. Does it look friendly? It doesn't even look that friendly, does it?
No.
And so this will make you itchy and it releases its oils, and then if you itch it, it spreads and then it gets worse. So we don't want to touch that, but that is pretty prevalent on the trail too.
I thought that would have like
Yeah, and some of the holes are from bugs eating it.
I have a question.
Even people, they can make, you know, different things with this. So even though it's pokey right now, it can be used in different ways.
More columbine. Such a unique flower.
So,
That way.
well, we're gonna keep going this way, but this is not yet. This is an important stop because this is where the entrance is and where the ranger station is. So if you have questions, you know, and want to see a bigger map or take a take-home map, you can go over there and ask them questions and things like that. So this is also where a lot of people park. So they come over here and then start their journey. So we're kind of in the middle of our trail, but some people are just starting here.
Old Navy.
Cool hole though. Looks like there's some pine cones in there.
Can I see? I want to see.
Something has been eating them.
Less green.
Miss Ashley.
Yeah.
What is this like fluffy stuff on there?
You know, I do not know which
I saw
plant that
ants.
is right now. I can't think of it,
Let's
but
eat it.
you know,
I saw
that's how it
ants.
goes. There's a lot in nature, even
I saw
we don't know.
Looking at mosses.
If you try to find a little patch of moss and then press it with your hand and then tell me what you think of the moss, what it feels like.
It feels like
Smushy?
Yeah, smushy.
Trees, it especially likes to grow on the dead trees, and it absorbs water. So it helps keep the forest kind of moist even when it's kind of dry other places. So it's a good thing to hold water. Before you could just go to the store to buy diapers, some people would use the moss inside the diaper to absorb the liquids. So a lot of things in nature lead to good inventions. You know, we'll see that this is just the start of a pretty big trench. And when water rains on the hills, it all comes down and starts flowing this way. And then it eventually gets into Mirror Lake. But why that's really important is that's how this whole area was carved. All of where we are was carved because water is so powerful, it can make the trenches deeper and the hills bigger because it gets lower and lower. Has anyone been to the other side of Mirror Lake, to Echo Rock Trail?
I have.
Have you? And do you remember how there's the big bluffs standing up? So that's even deeper area where the water's carved through, right? Did anybody notice on the trail that there was sand?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, right? We're not by the water, but this area all used to be underwater. And the rocks around here are made of sandstone. So when the water washes it away, or when we walk, we're kind of brushing the sand off the sandstone, and that's why the trail has a lot of sand on it. So when moss, there's some moss.
Oh, it's organized.
And Chloe pointed out something interesting on the trail that's growing on this tiny stick that is also growing on this tree, and that's called lichen. So it's this kind of greenish, bluish, grayish stuff, and I think these are two different kinds maybe even. But this is sort of a plant fungus mixture, and that's growing up the tree. And then there's also vines growing up the tree. So even though this tree is dead, there's still a lot of life it's giving to the forest, right? Yeah.
Fungus.
The fungus, yep. Exactly. Yep. Looks pretty cool. Oh, and right next to us is some wild strawberries too. They're not berries yet, but they will be. Cleaning up after people. So That's not cool, you know. They didn't need to do that. They didn't need to write that. And some areas it's a lot worse where they start carving away at the sandstone. And that's not cool because we want to keep the park nice for everybody, right? Right. Well, all the sides. But yeah, we see, I don't know, some sort of bug nest or fungus there. A bunch of little holes. But if you look down under this Virginia creeper, you can see there's a lot of debris. Yeah, it's pretty hard, right? But this is starting to disintegrate. So look at what I can do.
Yeah, you can break it. Like
You can break
this.
it really easily.
We're gonna
And
do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
so
do it.
this is what happens to the dead trees eventually. They break down and start to disintegrate into the soil, and that puts that puts nutrients back into the soil, and that helps the forest keep growing.
Can I try? I'm mad at
Here you go. Yep. So this is an important part of the forest. If you look behind you, there's a fallen tree. Do you think that animals would like to hide there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they would. That'd probably be a pretty good place for an animal to live, right? You should use that.
The end of the trail.
On your next session, you'll be able to check that out closer with magnifying glass.
And now it's time for the pond study. There are baby tadpoles here now. Sandy's going to lead.
She brought it home like this.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Hi, my name's Sandy, and I'm going to be helping you guys with the microscopes.
I wanted to catch.
So what we're going to do is right now we have 3, and I might be able to get 4 microscopes going, so we're going to have to share. Half of you are going to go down to the beach with your teacher and those little nets, and you're going to scoop in the water and see what you find. Now, there's some tadpoles down there, there's snails, we might even find some little minnows. And then you can look at it with the big magnifying glasses, or you can bring it up here a little later and look through the microscope. Then at about the half-hour point, we switched. And so the people that are up here looking at the microscopes will go down to the beach, and the people from the beach will come up here. So I'll let your teachers divide you, and then we'll talk about the microscopes a little bit. We've got them focused in. A couple of things with the microscope. It's easiest to see things on the slides. And the way we move the microscopes, focus them in, is this button back here moves them up and down. This moves this lens round and about. So sometimes it takes a little playing with them to get them to work the way you want to see what you need to see. But look, you can pull stuff out of the water that Mr. Williams got for us this morning, or you can look at plants from the ground. We pulled some things out here. There's like a pine cone, and Mr. Williams found us some lichen, a little bark. Even grass looks very cool under there. Or if you see bugs, we can try and put bugs on the slides and look for them. So we'll go from there, and I'll let your teacher divide you guys up into your first groups, and then we'll see how things go.
All right.
Take turns to eat. Maybe one person puts something under it, and then the next person. And pull out. You can pull out of the water buckets.
I found a bug in there.
That's right. You might
So
find something you like.
I don't know what we can put it on here.
You gotta be careful not to put too much water on the slide, though, because otherwise it just washes it right off.
And then he got Mr. Williams. I'm gonna grab the bug.
Yeah, I think there was there another bucket down here, or did we dump it?
I see the water. Look at the water. Chloe. After you guys are done with this, can we have it? Chloe, can we have this? Ew! Oh! Can we do this? Ew, it's dirty! I'm gonna do it a baby now.
It's really tight.
I'll do the big one.
They're all experimenting with little bit.
Ew, what the heck?
Looking at the lichens, looking at bugs,
You look so
using
big.
magnifying glasses.
Take the whole thing.
There you go. Look at that. There you go. All right. That's nice.
I got something. I got something.
Collected for you.
Wait a minute.
How you doing, guys? You getting your focus the way you want it?
Ew, it's so disgusting. Yeah.
Oh,
my God.
Try moving around.
What are you looking at? Balls? I want to see
Isn't that
this. Ew. I don't see it.
See, there you go. You guys got it. Oh, that's one of the samples.
When children eat snow.
That's one that somebody made for us, but yeah, that's how.
Now they're also sampling water here.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
See, oh my goodness. Thousands of tadpoles.
So fun. So much fun. Isn't that cotton? Wait, what? What is this for?
They're rescuing those tadpoles that were in this pond because they will die in there, and we don't want them to die.
Yes, look. I'm gonna take his tadpole. I'm going to scoop up like 100,000. Hey, can I put them in there? Put these up.
Hi.
Bye-bye.
I was afraid this wasn't going to happen this year, the tadpoles.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
I didn't see them last year.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of them, aren't there?
Come here. Hey, there's a whole bunch over here. I scooped a bunch of them. I'm scooping off and picking mine. Give me the towel. I didn't look it.
All right, you're getting out. Look at you being focused in.
Wait, what is that? That's a worm. Oh my
So if you want to see,
Look at it.
if you want to see that, you got to focus it.
Hey,
You're not
look
gonna see it.
at
You got your finger there.
look at what he found. Look at I found a worm. He found a worm. It's a fish.
Oh, cool. Can you get it on the slide so we can look at it? Let's try putting it on the slide.
This is fun.
Coming up from the beach area, from the water, putting on their shoes and socks again, and they're going to get to use the microscopes now. Such an energetic group.
You guys are barefoot? My feet are fleas. It's moving a
The group that was down by the water
Yo, you got me.
is now by the microscopes.
What happened here? What did you guys do here?
Timmy, have a take. Michael, look at this.
Somebody's goofing around.
Michael, you want to
Because
No, what's that? Can I have that one? Let it focus. Wait, no, look. Where's the thing on here?
what are you trying to do? Let me help.
Where's the wait?
You're going to get some of that water?
There's no
Look
slide
at
on
our
it.
picture
That's
of
not
our
doing anything.
shell.
So get a slide and then take a little sample water or something.
Wait,
to put
watch
in
this,
there.
Michael. Watch this. I need that. I had it first, but watch. Wait, so if I go Mike, watch.
Early experiences with
Because
microscopes.
it's all the way down deep, so
And
that's
some of
why
those
it's not
things
going
that
out.
are bigger.
Okay, but I'll put it right here. I got some. Because
Looking
it's
at the
actually
big
down
snail.
deep. So that's why you can't. So that's why it's not coming out. Look at, see the water right there? One of the big ones?
Okay, guys, but
Chinese
if you suck out all the
mystery
water, you're not
snail.
going to have anything to look at.
Invasive.
What? The shells?
Yep, let's share the shell so everybody gets a chance to look at it, okay?
Look at Michael. Bend down and see if you can see.
They are sticking with it, checking things out.
Hilda, come take a look at Michael so she can try to get yours going.
It's like an ice cream. Look at that ice cream. Look at that.
Magnifying glasses, microscopes, big droppers, all the tools of scientists right here, first grade.